So Joe and I go way back. Actually,
Yes.
I knew your parents before I knew you.
Is that right?
Yes, because they would come into Mr. G's and I would serve
yeah.
them. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little afraid of your dad.
Who wasn't? I definitely was afraid of my
Your
father.
mom was so sweet.
Yeah.
And I was so afraid I was going to spill the coffee or whatever.
God.
And fast forward, never dreamed of how close our families are. And
Over 40 years.
yeah, so this all started with your dad and Sea Isle Ice.
Sea Isle Ice Company, yes.
Yes.
It started like in about 64. Well, it actually just started almost by a coincidence. My father worked at the Acme. His grandparents owned Marie's Seafood at the time.
That's right.
And he would go home for lunch and they would say, hey, we don't have any ice. There was a place down 43rd in the Bay called Jack Gordon's Fishery. They used to buy block ice from Philadelphia area and grind it. So my dad on his lunch hour, he'd have to grind this ice up, hurry up and fill the fish case. So that kept happening and he would never get time to eat lunch, or he said, oh, I would smell like fish and I have to go back to the Acme. So make a long story short, he said, look, I'm going to spend like $5,000. I'm going to buy an ice maker. I'm going to put it inside the store so you can ice up your fish case whenever you'd like. And I'll sell the extra ice in front of Marie's with a small ice vending machine. And that's just kind of how it started. And
That was a huge investment for
5,000. Yeah, they thought he was crazy. Yeah.
That was it, because houses cost that.
Not either. They probably weren't even that much.
Right,
you know?
right.
Yeah.
He was such a visionary, and
And now these guys are.
I do have. We said we weren't talking a lot about real estate, but I'm going to plug this. We would not have our Sure House if it wasn't for his father, because we had no business buying a Sure House at the time. And from what I understand, he really helped us get our mortgage. He had faith in us, and the Romano family is
that's
pretty
nice.
very, very special. So I probably wouldn't even have a Sure House or be here selling Sure Houses. So.
My dad
Full
knew you were a
circle.
beast. That girl's going to get it done.
It was a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of times we'd be talking at your birthday party, Jeannie.
Yeah.
So now, fast forward, what's the rest of this story?
So about 5 years ago, I met a gentleman at Polar Bear Plunge, and we were just going back and forth. He was doing silly little jingles for our ice company, and he approached me with doing an iced tea, a hard iced tea. We started with our blue can, our malt-based sugar brew beverage, and that transitioned to vodka-based beverages. We have variety pack 8-packs. We just launched a beer and then also a hemp-derived non-alcoholic social beverage, and that has been flying off the shelves. It's called High C. We're really excited for that. That's something I pitched to my dad about 2 years ago, and he was a little old school.
reluctant.
And he's a little reluctant, but I think a lot of drinkers, especially my age, 30, younger, just want something without alcohol in it at times.
No hangover.
No hangover. So, and it's low sugar, low calorie, 60 calories.
Wow.
No
Yeah.
bubbles.
It's a bargain.
No artificial sweeteners, flavors, colors, dyes. It's a really awesome drink, and I think it's a drink for everyone.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's... We're going to have to
Try
ask-
that. Not on camera.
Yeah,
We'll try it after it.
Try half and then,
That
do
is
the rest.
amazing.
So what's it like being a CEO at 30, 29, 30,
at
a woman in business?
It's really empowering, because especially in the alcohol field, there's really not a lot
I'll
of
bet.
women. So it is very empowering to be, walk in those rooms and they kind of look twice. They're like, oh wait, I thought this was going to be like a 50-year-old man or something like that, and they're like a little taken aback. But it's been a journey, and it's been very empowering, and I love it, and I wouldn't change it for the world. And it's just funny how the trajectory goes. A little bit how my dad was saying his history. I started working when I was 7 years old making snow cones, because my parents said the babysitter didn't show up, and you know what, you're coming to work with us. So
Right.
I transitioned from snow cones, and then Ocean City High School, and then I got my MBA in 5 years at Stockton. And what I learned from my parents' business, which has really been a bulk of where I've learned all my skills, translated into entrepreneurship. And I think it just kind of runs in your blood.
It's so
Yeah.
generational in your family. My goodness,
Yeah.
you have businesses on top of businesses. It's
It's amazing.
But it's
amazing.
fun too. Like we were saying earlier, this is not really work for you.
No,
I mean, it is. Don't.
no, it is. Yeah, when you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work.
Right.
It just feels like fun, you know?
Kinda
Feels like
like
hanging
us.
out with your friends.
Joanne and I love following you.
Oh, yeah. It's so fun.
Your social media is
Yeah, you do a
so
great
much
job.
fun.
Yeah, she's excellent at that.
He's my muse. This is a lot for me. I do not like being in front of the camera. Anyone that knows me can tell you that. I rarely ever like to be, face to face unless like him or Brett are busy and I need to make a post. I'm like,
Right.
all right, I'll
jump
put my
in.
face on there.
Right.
And then that's the only time. But yeah, it's nice to share our story.
It
and
is.
connect.
And it's a lot of fun. The whole family's involved. We're always together. We have
Traveling.
fun. We travel. We eat together, drink together, laugh together. It's fun.
So how hard is it to get a product like this off the ground? I can't even imagine.
It's been a lot of work. And I think what's great about our social media is people think it's just like a giant party all the time, which is, insider information. That's what you want people to think when they look at your brand. Like they want you to think like, hey, they don't go to work and they party all day and they don't do anything. Like,
About realtors too. We
Yeah.
do nothing.
We do nothing. Yeah. We just get dressed up and sit at open house.
Throw a sign in.
and I can attest to that because I know you were a huge help. I got my real estate license, just to have it in my back pocket, like every other person that probably grew up in Calumet County does. And it's so true. Like you were a huge help with that too. But just getting this off the ground. If you look at a case, like for instance, we're in Kicks. If you go and you look at the cooler, I think you can name maybe 2 out of 200
Hundreds, yeah.
things that are on the shelves that are actually a small family-owned business.
Wow.
Yeah.
Most of them are backed by big
Most of them are backed
big
by
alcohol
mega
companies.
conglomerates.
It's a difficult business for sure, but
And it's
Okay.
everything: design, packaging,
Yeah, it
product.
goes, the
development.
legality, the formula of it, the placements, getting to know your wholesalers because it's still a 3-party or 3-tier system. So we make it, we brew it, we sell it to a wholesaler. The wholesaler sells it to Kicks, and then Kicks sells it to the customer. So you essentially have to sell this 4 times.
Right.
That's a lot. That's a lot. And even getting into an account, you might have to come to Kicks. Say I didn't know, Carmela and Lenny. I would have to come here maybe, I think it's 5 times before you're able to get a sale.
Wow.
So it's a lot of work and it's a relationship business for sure. You want to have good relationships with people
Sure.
and that's really what's going to move the needle.
So let's talk a little about Sea Isle, since you guys are lifelong residents. So what is one of your favorite things to do here
We're big.
besides working?
Well, yeah, we're big foodies. So
Okay.
I feel like I am a food connoisseur. I will put it out there. I know where's good to eat in from any point from Cape May up to Asbury Park.
Give us your top 3.
Okay, so Joe and I are gluten-free. He's a little more selective than I am. I am very strict on that for the last 10 years. So I have that little element to it. But if I had to pick a dinner, it would probably be Louisa's in Cape May. It's a really quaint place. There's maybe 12 tables. It's super hard to get into, but it's fresh local day boat seafood.
Okay. Wow.
Really, really
Wow.
fresh and farm to table. So that Jay's on 3rd in
Reed
Stone
talks about
Harbor
that,
is
yeah.
absolutely incredible. I love it's just a nice change up than the typical Italian food that you find down here.
Okay.
Where would the 3rd be? These are all fancier.
I was gonna say anything quick, like
places.
here, Washington Inn and Cape Merrill.
Yeah, they're good. I'm trying to think
They like to cook at home. They
Yeah.
like to, make a whole day of it. It's fun, just
Yeah.
being around.
Yeah.
We make homemade pizza. I mean, all kinds of
Italian food.
good
Oh, yeah.
Italian food. Yeah,
There's always sauce.
Sure.
definitely
sauce
always
Sunday.
sauce going.
It's sauce, not gravy.
I
Sorry.
say gravy. I'm from the city. though.
I always say
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
gravy
true.
if there's meat
Meat
and
in it.
stuff in
Yes,
it.
yeah,
When
yeah.
we're from just making a sauce,
Yeah.
you're making a sauce.
Oh, that's funny. So what about the if there was one thing you could bring back to Sea Isle that's gone, what's your one of the things that you feel like
Can I say
Yeah.
something makes me think of you? On the boardwalk back in the day, there was a snow cone place
Yeah.
called
Flynn's.
Flynn's.
Yeah.
Flynn's. So when you said that, I'm like, oh man, I
forgot
wanna
about
bring
that
that back.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I guess maybe the rides down on the 30s
34th
because
Street.
now
Oh,
I have, my son, and I'd love to take him, and it'd be close by. And
Okay.
now that Wonderland's not here anymore either, You know,
I like the movie theaters. My parents would always talk about there was two big movie theaters. Actually on the ocean on a pier.
Oh wow!
And
I
yeah,
used to
you,
know
you
that,
could hear you could hear the ocean and stuff like that.
Oh, that's a cool
When I was
idea.
younger, there was the smaller movie theater
Maybe that could be
right
your
on
next
Cambridge
project.
Boulevard.
Right, some ocean
I know.
front. Put a movie theater on it.
I saw She Loves Monkeys Uncle. I remember seeing that in the BRCA movie
Yeah.
theaters back in the day.
I always joke around. There was like a PG movie. I think it was like Poseidon Adventure or something like that. And I wanted to go with my friends, and I went. And I guess I was like under 16. So he said, "Oh, it was actually Jimmy Taruso. You know Jimmy Taruso from Seattle." He said, "You can't come in. You have to get a note from your mom." So I had to run home, get a note. My mom had to say, "Yeah, it was okay for Joey to see the Poseidon Adventure. Bring it to okay, you're in."
That's great.
Yeah.
It's too funny.
Now you both have to answer this one. I hope you have different people, but
oh man.
the most famous person that you've seen, and it could be down the shore. It doesn't have to be in
Seattle
Seattle.
proper.
So I think the most famous person, I'm a big reality TV person. So mine has to be Sammy Sweetheart. Now she has a store on the Ocean City Boardwalk and she actually has men's clothes. I don't know if that shirt's from there, but she sells like similar things. So we would get stuff for my dad for Father's Day, whatever. And we got to meet her. I am not kidding you. She is the nicest person we've ever met. She's so sweet. Like typically famous people, if you tag them, they're not going to repost you. They're going to want money, their views are money, their time, whatever. She reposts things and like tags us, and she's so sweet, so giving, so nice. She has to be the most famous person I've seen by far.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Do you have somebody?
I actually didn't see her, but I was in a truck. We were in Avalon making a delivery. I was running around doing something. The driver's like, "I just saw this tall girl with brown hair. She was so beautiful." So I'm running around making the delivery. Actually, we were in Avalon Fred's. We get done making the delivery, and I think the driver actually mentioned to them about this lady. And making a long story short, it was Julia Roberts. They were like, "Yeah, Julia Roberts just came in and got a bottle of wine."
Wow.
I just missed it by a second, but the driver. Yeah, she was in Avalon, but this was 25 or 30 years ago.
Wow, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That really is. Do you have any favorite shore bands?
I feel like we don't ever get the chance to go out, and if I do, I'm working. But I know my parents love "Don't Call Me Francis" because they played at their wedding.
That's our wedding. Yeah.
So yeah,
That's a good shout out.
Yeah, they used to play. They used to play at the shore when we were younger, and my
they were
wife
in
was
Kicks
like, "Oh, I
like
love
2
you
years
guys."
ago, 3 years
think
ago.
they're
You guys
still
came
for it, aren't
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
So-
awesome. So Joe was actually at my husband's bachelor
Yes.
party.
Okay, we don't need to know what happened.
No, right?
Okay, all right.
I just thought
He knows my bodies are buried, and that's it.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good.
back in the day. And my brother is your godfather.
Yeah.
Yes.
And your best man.
Yes.
So we'll say hi to Gene Kelly.
Gino.
You better
We
be
call him
watching
Gino.
this. Yeah,
His
Gino.
name was Gene Kelly when he worked for us, but my dad nicknamed him Gino. You know what I mean?
The Italian
The
version of the
Italian
Irish
version,
guy.
yeah. And it stuck. I always still just call him Gino.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
that's how it all comes full circle. Gene worked for you, and you guys became.
And Gene is still a super smart guy and a hard worker just like you. Your whole family, they're all smart and hardworking people. I know that for sure.
Can you tell that story about the compressor when the compressor broke?
Oh, and you carry the...
Well, yeah, but then fast forward. How
Well,
you putting?
there was another funny story. My mom went to school for cameras and all this kind of stuff. So she's like, "I can't get this thing to work right." Now, and Gene's just standing there. He gets the camera. He's like, "Hang on, it's the aperture. It's this." Starts talking all this stuff. He's like, my mom was like, "I can't believe this. He knows everything." But he was a genius. Just like he figured the whole camera out.
He really is. He can figure
Oh yeah, but
anything.
he's super smart. And I remember another time we actually like a 300 or 400 pound compressor broke, and we had like 2 people carrying this thing up the steps. It's old school, no crane, just 2 guys carrying it up with Gene and another guy who was pretty big. And they couldn't get it through the doorway, so one person had to let go, the other guy lets go, and Gene carries this thing through the doorway. We're
By
like,
himself?
"Oh my God, by himself."
Yeah. So then fast forward. I don't know how many years the compressor lasts.
Yeah.
But you couldn't get anybody to move it.
No. You had to get a crane to get it. Yeah. That's right.
He's been replaced by it.
Yeah. Anyways,
So, do you guys have a vision for the company in the next 5 years? Do you ever think about that?
I
I mean, I don't know. Right now, I mean, I really am focused on the vodka aspect of things and the high C and just I think people are like, expand, expand, expand. And I think that's great. But I think focusing on where we're known is also something, great to be said about the Jersey Shore area. A lot of trends are born in the Mid-Atlantic and then spread throughout. So
That's a good point.
I really like to focus on here. Like I said, I just had a son. So I want to say close to home. Thank you. And close to home. And but we are going to start nationwide shipping on the high C. So that'll kind of help me not have to go as far.
Yeah.
But people will be able to, try it.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And did you say they could get it online too?
So right now, High C is sold in New Jersey and it's launching in Delaware next week. And then it'll be able to be shipped nationwide probably by next month. And it'll also be, we are launching in South and North Carolina. They just got their shipments. So
Just for the high C.
Can
Just
you
for the high
talk
C.
about like how you utilize that? Like we had talked about that a little bit. Like you don't sit there and drink like 6 of them.
yeah, I mean, it all depends on like, alcohol, you have your tolerance. Some people might be able to drink 2, vodka RTDs in one sitting and some might be able to drink 5. I don't know. It all depends on your tolerance. So I would say if you're new to gardening is what I like to call it, you could try half a can, wait 30 minutes, see how you feel, and then, drink the rest of it. So they're fun.
Be careful with that, right?
Yeah,
just don't dive in.
Yeah, don't dive in. If you're new to gardening, just
We are in the garden state.
I don't even know that term. So yes,
yeah.
we're gardening in the garden state.
Yeah, that's what they say is gardening. So
I love that.
yeah, it's fun, and I think people like it because you don't really get a hangover. So
Low calorie.
yeah, it's low calorie.
Yeah, it's
and,
awesome.
And yeah, it's very light, very light. So
Any favorites of yours? What's your favorite flavor?
I don't know. I like the vodka, the white can, the original.
That's
white
mine
can.
too. That's
Yeah.
my favorite.
Yeah, because like if you want to add something to it, you can. Like if you want to like muddle raspberries or put in a lemon wedge, you can it's versatile. So that's why I like the white can.
See, I like the raspberry.
Yeah.
I like the beer now.
Yeah, he's a beer guy.
My husband
beer
loved
guy.
the beer. He's not even a beer drinker. He
Thank
thinks
you.
it's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That is amazing. I guess we should, since we are in Kicks and they do sell it here, just do a little plug for them.
Oh yeah.
We love Lenny
Kix
Carmella.
sells everything that we have. They're one of our best accounts, and we're really thankful because if they don't, people like Lenny and Carmel, if they don't support us, then our brand goes nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It all starts with them and, helping get it to the consumer. So they're,
So wouldn't you say that's something like in Seattle in general, all those businesses do support each other?
oh yeah.
And that's what kind of makes this place special. That everybody
Oh,
does.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It really is. Like everywhere we go, everyone carries it. They've all been great from, Kicks to the Orr House to Shenanigans to the OD to Diamonds. Everyone around here carries it and, wants to support the brand because I feel like
Well, it's like pride.
yeah, it's pride.
I
to
live
see
here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And what about other like South Jersey shore towns?
Yeah, like anywhere from Cape May to Asbury Park. I mean,
Nice.
they've all been really supportive.
Yeah, that's
so,
great.
Yeah, it's nice to see,
exciting.
like a little piece of home.
It is funny though. It's like there's a VFW or somewhere. It's like in Keyport, New Jersey, which is like almost as far as you can get.
we
They're
don't
like our
do-
top seller.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
Yeah,
Just
where you're
can't-
like,
that's
yeah, we
smart.
just get numbers, and you're like, wow, that's crazy.
Sounds funny.
Yeah.
We were in the Ardmore office and we opened up.
Oh, yeah.
There's a friend of Brett's or maybe yours too, and there's a Seattle iced tea
We were
always.
we
in
did a
the
refrigerator. We were giving them
Like
out
that.
as prizes for one of our. We did a presentation, a real estate presentation. We were like, and we have Seattle themed prizes, and we were doing so it was a lot of
That's
fun.
amazing.
Yeah.
So
I feel like there's always a circle back and connection to Sea Isle. Like
It's
someone
like the 6
has-
degrees of
I
separation.
swear,
Yeah.
like I'll go on vacation and like I'll see someone with like a Sea Isle hat
for
or like
sure. Yeah.
a Cape May County sweatshirt. It's just crazy how many people it just really does all circle back.
This
wherever I
whole
go.
like you said, Mid-Atlantic region.
Yeah.
People kind of stay here, and
yeah.
everybody knows somebody, and it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
We love Sea Isle. It's so funny. I would remember that my parents would always say they just had such a great feeling when they would drive over the bridge into Sea Isle. I have that feeling. My wife has that feeling. My kids have that feeling.
Well, I'm
It's
a
just
transplant, but everybody feels that.
just a great feeling. Coming over
Take
the
a
bridge.
deep breath when you come over the bridge.
really,
Beautiful entranceway. You see the ocean, the bay.
it's
all good.
great.
It is so.
Smile, you're drinking the Sea Isle. I was joking around with Letty. I said, we need that on the water tower.
Yeah.
We gotta change it.
I think he should change think
I know. I got to work on that.
that would be
Come on,
be
Letty.
amazing. That would be.
Yeah.
Would you give up pizza for a year, or give up the shore for a summer?
It's an easy answer for me. Pizza. I mean, I'm gluten free, so it's like gluten-free pizza sucks. So it's like, okay, I'm good.
I can't give up the shore. I love the shore. I can give up pizza for sure.
That's so okay. And everybody has a favorite boardwalk food. What?
Okay, so pre-gluten free, I would say like a boardwalk slice. Sorry, I just did this. Boardwalk slice, the crinkle cut fries, and like a Core Bros, twist.
Oh,
But post gluten free, I really like, and this is like a niche hidden gem, is Hula Grill in Ocean City. It's back by the little putt putt. And there's Bashful Banana. They're really like two really unique but very good dessert and dinner places. It's really fun. One's like Hawaiian chicken with like rice and stuff.
very good.
It's really good. If you want something different,
These new places I don't even
it's
know.
really hidden. Like you would never see it on the regular path on the
They
boardwalk.
need to get on your social media.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
For you, favorite boardwalk food?
Oh my gosh.
Do you ever get to the boardwalk?
No, not really. But we used to call it junking. We would eat, like you said, cheese fries, pizza, root beer, just eat anything. Go all out. Johnson's Power
fudge,
Everything.
yeah, all the junks.
Just love it.
Yeah,
Yeah, our saltwater taffies are different.
because they're
When-
soft.
Yeah, but when we go to other places, the saltwater taffies, they're like those round things. I'm like, that's
Now,
not a saltwater.
aren't the original ones like from Atlantic City or Jersey? I think they are.
I thought so. I thought they were in Atlantic City. The James's.
James's.
James's over there.
I worked for them when I was a teenager. Yes.
funny.
I was a soda jerk, and it was
And you worked at Mr. G's.
I worked
always
at
joked
Mr.
around. I was like, remember the cozy cups? They had to pop those things in and boom.
That's it. That's it. Those were the days. I miss things like Mr. G's. I could bring back a million things. That would be. But this is now you have already, in full disclosure, given us great hidden gems.
Yes.
But is there? It doesn't have to be a restaurant. But is there any hidden gems that you think that our audience might?
The best view down at the shore, I think, is if you're like sitting on top of the Townsend's Inlet Bridge. I just love that view. Like looking into Avalon and Sea Isle is like the most majestic thing ever. I love it.
True.
That is.
It's amazing.
That's a good one.
That is
It really is.
really, really.
Yeah.
And will you be on your car?
Yeah. I'll take the car. The Thunderbird.
Another thing is that she has.
Yes.
That's a hidden gem.
Make you money in all ways, I'm always
Gotta be
thinking.
diversified.
Yeah, can you explain what that is?
Yeah, so I've always been interested in antique cars, and I happened to see one on Route 9. An older gentleman was selling it, and I figured, you know what? When I got married, I was looking for a car for our wedding to take some pictures, and actually Howard Barth had an old 1957 Thunderbird, like pristine condition, black one. He let me bring it and take some pictures for our wedding for free. And I figured, this would be a great business model, a way to write off your car, do all these things. So we started a small car rental business called Starmus Rentals, and I just added on a second Thunderbird.
I saw it.
It's
I
fun.
saw
So
your
people
husband driving around it.
if people want to
So
rent it for
cool.
a wedding or an engagement or a photo shoot, we
Great.
do it. Yeah.
I want to have it, Joanne.
We can drive around in that.
Oh, well, or at our open houses, have it parked out front, so everybody attract people. Come in our open house.
I've seen people do that with other like newer cars too. So
Yeah.
it's always something. I'm always thinking.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Joe, do
fun.
you have a hidden gem?
I can't think of one right now.
We're putting you on the spot.
Question.
She stole my location.
Yeah, right.
Well, my father-in-law used to collect tolls on that bridge back in the day. So we would walk the kids up and they say, hi.
That's the best view. I love it.
It is the best view. It's
amazing.
beautiful.
It's
My
amazing.
dogs won't walk past the grates though. So I can't get to Avalon walking them. They won't do it. They stop. I have a funny story. A girlfriend was in an interview, and the interviewer said, "What is the riskiest thing you ever did?"
Uh-oh.
And she said, "I jumped off the Avalon Bridge at low tide."
That's great.
High
tide, low tide.
This guy didn't know it because he's up in Boston. He's like, how high is it? She goes, I don't know, but everybody says you're crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So
my
you guys
gosh.
know, but
yeah.
it's a good interview question. You could just,
Oh yeah, that's crazy. I actually have lived here my whole life and I've never swam in the bay. I just don't. I don't know what it is. I've never swam in the bay. I swear.
I have.
I have to.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I just couldn't get into it. I'm a beach girl. If I had to pick like beach or bay, I'm beach.
I'm both. I'm both.
Now
I'm
it's
probably
hard
like
to
pool,
choose.
but
But I jumped in the bay
Cool
one
girl.
time and the tide was going out and the house that we were at, I couldn't get back up.
Oh yeah, it'll take
So
you a while.
I'm like, do I wait for the tide to come back in?
you could be waiting for 6 hours.
My niece, she was
my God.
adorable. She's like, Aunt Maura, you can wait for the high tide to come back in, or you can let me push you up. So she pushed me up,
oh my gosh, you have to do what you have to do.
Yeah, we get what you gotta do.
and I got up safely. Oh, I also, the rest of it, I needed a new hip. That's why I really couldn't get my.
Oh my god.
But I got it. I got up.
Oh, you're a beast.
I'm here on down the shore. I mean, like this is great. I cannot tell you how much this means to us.
Yeah, thank you.
So
Thanks
you're
so
our
much for
first
inviting
guest.
us.
You're
Proud
our
to
first
sign off.
Yes.
Well, we're honored. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you so
I'm
much.
sure
thrilled to have you.
our listener, if we have more than one listeners,
Other than our family.
yes, they would
gonna love
love.
it.
They would absolutely love
Love
it.
it.
Oh, good.
Do we want to talk
And-
about the catch of the day?
The catch of the day. Well, are you reading my mind? What you're? Do you think we have the same catch?
Maybe.
Because it's one of these.
Oh,
What? No.
okay. Yeah,
I'm thinking high seas.
I think so too.
Okay.
We were on the same page.
I love it.
on the same
Hey,
page.
we're nice later.
I like the way you think.
So hopefully every podcast from here on forward, we're going to have a catch of the day.
All right.
As well, and today you have won the catch of Ices catch
Thank
of the
you.
day.
Love it.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you. everybody.
Guys, so much fun.